think adverts for cat food are too sexy. Whereas adverts for dog food, they're not sexy enough by half. You know the ones? Got a little cat moving a bit too slowly towards a plate. Got some smooth jazz going in the background. The owner's there, also moving seductively. Owner takes out a little foil packet, like a condom. Opens this terrine thing out onto a plate. Cat walks up, takes a big bite. The cat's been fully naked this whole time. And then with dog food, they're like, oh, it's good for their teeth. Feels like there's a middle ground somewhere that we're missing. Don't know if rabbit food gets it just so. How's it going? I'm Daniel. Good to be here. Not been to London many times. A lot to say about London. Not much time to say it. Quite like gigging in a little place that's just got one thing that I can talk to them about and then they'll like it. Did a gig in the town of Portobello near Edinburgh. Told them I like their mushrooms. Took the roof clean off that church hall, let me tell you. I'm from Glasgow. For those of you not familiar with Glasgow, it's where the nursery rhyme 10 Green Bottles was set. Good to be here. I had a gig in Edinburgh. It was the Tuesday after the Queen died. It was the day she was leaving St Giles Cathedral to go to the airport to fly down here for the rest of it. I was nearby, had the gig, run a bit early, thought I'd go along and see some of the festivities. So there I was on the Royal Mile. I got chatting to these English folk. It was fine, it honestly wasn't that bad. Possibly the wrong crowd. Because I'm outnumbered. And also I should go easy on English people. I've got 2 English grandparents and I love them almost as much as my proper ones. But this English lady, she was actually really nice. She was saying, isn't this good for Edinburgh? It really puts them on the map. But it had been established by this point that I'm from Glasgow. There's a bit of a rivalry there. So she came back and I shouldn't say that I'm from Glasgow. But I wouldn't be so quick to put Glasgow on the back foot. You know, Edinburgh might have had this big international event about the Queen dying. But the year before, Glasgow had the COP26 climate conference. A big international event about the planet dying. It was cool that Glasgow had COP26. It was cool as well to be in the running to host Eurovision up against Liverpool. It was cool that the UK had it. You know, it would traditionally be the previous year's winner who would host the following year, but Ukraine double booked. It's especially cool for the UK to get it because, you know, traditionally, in order to take something that rightfully belongs to another country, we have to be the ones invading them. But we've modernised. Is anyone here blind by any chance? The reason I asked, one of my favourite audience members ever was blind, met her just the other week. I was in a gig in Edinburgh, I walked in, saw her white stick, and that's textbook, she was blind. But I walked in, she was there, she was sat in the front row. Strictly speaking, didn't need to be in the front row, but I was glad to have her. I got chatting because I noticed she was a really engaged audience member, laughing, loving it. But I noticed that she was making impeccable eye contact, which I thought was suspicious. Like theoretically, and she was able to point hers at mine. I was like, oh cool, that's really cool. Her name was Kirsty. I got chatting to her a bit. I hadn't met many blind people. I was quite excited. I had a lot of things to get off my chest. I asked, you know, have you got a dog? She said no. Silly question really. She's got a stick. Dogs love sticks. Be a conflict of interest. Is anyone here a doctor? No? Well, I am. They used to clap. A lot of things to say about hospitals, not much time to say them. I will defend their food. I'm a big fan of the food, quite nostalgic for it. I like the tuna baked potatoes. Had a little pal in primary school. I mean, I was also in primary school. On a Tuesday, we'd always get them, so I'm glad to see them on the menu. But I would get them. I used to love them. I can't tell you where I work, but the canteen there, they did them. That's for the uninitiated. A baked potato, tuna mayonnaise on top. And I would always get them. It was good value, £2. Big tub of tuna mayonnaise they give you, almost too much tuna mayonnaise, which is good because I'm a growing boy and it's good value. But then they changed them and ruined them. So it used to come in this big tub that gave you loads, but then the law changed such that if something is sold in a packet, it needs to have a list of ingredients on it. And so they started selling it by the spoonful, and they didn't give you half as much, which is bad enough in its own right, but, you know, tuna mayonnaise is a list of ingredients. I am a single man. Broke things off with my first ever long-term girlfriend quite recently. Still on good terms, great terms in fact. I don't have to talk to her anymore. I'm having to get myself back out on the dating scene and things. It doesn't really come naturally anymore. I've not done it for a while, but it has to be done. It's not easy though. It's like my alcoholic uncle used to say, you can't make an omelette without cracking a few cans. Listen, Greenwich, I've had a mean time. See you later.